Montbello. Ain't no stopping us now.
My husband and I, when we moved here, we thought it was wonderful of how diverse it was, and we thought it was going to be a really good place to raise my children. They were very young at the time, so they grew up right here in Montbello.
Oh my gosh, I mean, I remember when my parents built their home out here in the 70s, and there wasn't half as much homes and houses and infrastructure out here at the time, and even back then we had to be bussed out to other schools because there were no schools in Montbello.
At one point we had 400 homes in foreclosure. One thing that was really exciting is that the community got together and did a fair, and we actually took people to the foreclosure homes, and within 6 months every one of those 400 homes had families in them. That was a very positive thing and made everyone feel so good.
It's been a big change in Montbello since I was growing up. I mean, a lot of the organizations coming up, better parks, safety of community.
Well, I think one of the positive things that has happened with the growth is the community has remained diverse. It was a diverse community when it first started, and it's continued that way all 50 years. We have got some retail development, but not a lot. We got a lot of schools, but more importantly, I think we're building more pride within our community over those 50 years.
Montbello has changed in a lot of different ways, but we can still be loving and kind to one another.
Well, the change that I see is that there's a lot of diversity in people, in neighborhoods, and I love the way everybody pulls together. I mean, now we have like schools, we have shops, we have homes, we have a rec center. We didn't have any of those things before.
We've been able to see a renaissance with regard to folks' involvement in community activities. We happen to be the community that has the biggest number of teenagers and young people in the city of any other neighborhood.
The one thing that hasn't changed in Montbello over the last 50 years are the amazing people and diversity, and we're a cohesive community. We stick together, we want to make sure that our youth and our families are taken care of, and just making sure that we're getting everything that we deserve.
I don't see many changes. I just see that children are still coming to school. Parents are still bringing their kids to school. They're wanting their kids to have the best education. And I just see the community still wanting the best and wanting the best teachers out here to make a difference in kids' lives.
Montbello Organizing Committee, what we would like to do is try to improve our community. What are the things we're missing so we can make it better? We need a grocery store, a full-service grocery store. We need more retail development in our community that services our community. We also need more activities and things for our youth to do. We need to improve transportation. We're an aging community, and folks need to be able to have mobility in our community.
We in Montbello are very proud of our community and the things we're doing with our work with Montbello Organizing Committee. I just saw a resident of Montbello who I surveyed during the time we were doing community surveys, and for her, for Terry, she has been able to find a job with one of the new restaurants that have already opened in Montbello in the last 60 days. And previously, she was getting on an RTD bus to ride halfway across town to actually do the work that gives her heart joy. And she said the new job in Montbello is even paying more money.
I'd like to see it continue to grow. I mean, if they can grow all the way east, north, south, and west, we are an inviting community. We invite all diversity in here, and we just want to see people get together and enjoy each other and be a great community.
Changes I would love to see in Montbello is more teen events, something for the teens to do on the weekends, or like a big block party for the teens is something they can do every weekend, where they can come out, have fun, and be safe, and it's open to everyone.
Over the next 50 years, we're going to make sure that we're organized and that we have a good information and communication system in our neighborhoods so people know what's going on and that we're celebrating all of our successes. There are so many amazing young people and families, great businesses, restaurants, retail in our area, and we just just need to celebrate it and promote it, and the next 50 years are going to be transformational for both our community and our residents, and it's going to be amazing next 20 years for Montbello.
In 50 years, when we're fully built out, which at that time will be, is that we have retail development that is here that this community can support. We'll have more than one grocery store. We'll have activities for our youth to do. We'll have entertainment options, full-service restaurants, but we'll still be a diverse community, a community that takes pride in our diversity that we have today that hopefully will still exist in 50 years.
People need to come back to their communities to make sure that we're uplifting each other and the next generation to come. It's not enough to have graduated from high school and made it and have been successful. We need to come back to make sure that the kids after us are successful as well.
We are like 50% Latino in this community. This is their community too, and we can't do it alone. We all have to sit down at the table and say, okay, this is what I want, this is what I want, and then do the best.
We have to make sure we're out in front of change in Montbello, not the changes slapping us upside the head and causing us to react, but we need to be in front of change here in our community. And so more community resident power, more community resident involvement, more of the groups and organizations meeting like Montbello 2020 and Montbello Organizing Committee, I think is all for the better, all for the good, all for the future of our great community.
It is really easy to get involved. There are so many organizations out here doing great things. They're not all working on the same issue, and so if you're interested in a topic, definitely reach out to folks. They're all involved, they're all connected to different organizations that work on things that you're probably interested in working on. Si están interesados en involucrarse en diferentes temas en la comunidad o cosas que nos están afectando, es muy fácil encontrar organizaciones o personas que están trabajando en esos mismos temas. Lo único que tienen que hacer es salir y buscarlos. Hay diferentes organizaciones y personas que están haciendo mucho en nuestra comunidad.